Our U.S. headquarters is in Hoboken, New Jersey. Most of them are based in Hoboken, New Jersey. We have a couple that are remote.
Is that because the people are there, or is there something good about the jurisdiction there?
It's the closest that we can get to New York, sans bit license.
Oh, gotcha. Wow, that's crazy. Hello, welcome to episode 72 of the Bitcoin Game, sponsored by eToro. I'm Rob Mitchell. This episode came about in an interesting way. I had the chance to speak with Guy Hirsch, USA Managing Director for eToro at the CIS conference in Los Angeles. While I really planned just to grab some sound bites as part of eToro's sponsorship, I ended up thinking this short interview was actually quite interesting and informative, so I decided to just run it as an episode. Keep in mind, eToro is my sponsor, but they didn't do anything extra for this content, so I think you learned a bunch. And after listening to the interview, if you're interested in trying eToro, please use my affiliate link, b.tc/etorogame. That's b.tc/etorogame. I'm here with Guy Hirsch from eToro, and I actually detect a slight accent.
I have an Israeli accent, a thick Israeli accent.
I imagine that would be the case because I know eToro is from Israel. So.
Correct.
All right. Well, very cool. Are you living in America now?
I'm an American, living in America, but I happen to be Israeli too, and I grew up in Israel.
Cool. How long have you been with eToro?
I've been with eToro since December of 2017.
Okay, a fair bit. And what's your background before that?
So before that, I held a few leadership roles at Samsung. I was director of innovation strategy for Samsung North America. Before that, I was leading the retail innovation program for Samsung North America. And before that, I had two startups. One was in the investment space. That's how I got to know Yoni, the founder and CEO of eToro. And one was in more of an enterprise software play. That product got sold into Samsung, which led me into the Samsung years of my career. And then after Samsung, I joined eToro.
And what did you talk about on stage today?
So we've announced today a product called Copy Portfolio. It's one of our it's a global offering that we have outside of the US, but today we've announced the availability of it in the US. And not only that we've announced the availability of Copy Portfolio to American investors, we also announced a new partner copy portfolio with a company called The Tie. And this is a sentiment-based investment strategy in crypto. So The Tie is a research firm. They attempt to be the leader in analyzing and understanding the digital asset class. So they are sitting on this Twitter fire hose, analyzing and distilling tweets about crypto, make them actionable, and then they're building an algorithm or algorithmically powered trading strategies that we are now making available at eToro. So today we've announced the first out of a few. This one is called kind of a long only, because it's only long positions in crypto. And what's interesting about that is that it's the first time that the American retail investor can get access to a hedge fund grade investment strategy that was only available to high net worth individuals or whoever is backed or investing in a crypto hedge fund. So now we're making this available to the average investor. They can come in to eToro, sign up, deposit, and then invest in this strategy and basically get access to the best of breed, the best available strategies that people have to offer without being a very wealthy individual.
Oh, that sounds really interesting. So when you said long only, that just means they're not using shorting as a mechanism?
Correct. So we are working on enabling short as well on the US platform. It's going to take some time, but for now it's a long only, but there will be other strategies, not only long short strategies, but also strategies that are based on other data sets that have been proven to yield or to outperform the baseline.
And so I guess they would use any of the cryptocurrencies you guys cover.
Correct. So in this particular strategy, you have 13 coins, and the baseline is essentially a proportionally allocated coins. That's the baseline to track how those did since I think it was 2017. And if you look at the baseline, the baseline did approximately, I think, 52%. If you look at this strategy that incorporates the same 13 coins, you're looking at 281% net performance over the same time period.
Right. And if we aired this, I probably have to say past performances.
It's definitely not an indicator for future performance, and people should be mindful of the risk. Read everything that they possibly can, including all the disclaimers that we have, and be certain that this is the right investment decision for them 100%.
Okay. So how many coins do you guys have?
So we're looking at new coins, but currently we have on the US platform we have 14 coins. And we're looking at adding more and more, but we're being very careful in terms of due diligence, thorough legal analysis, and making sure that these are not securities. Mm-hmm. And only after we get comfortable that there's a reasonable interpretation of the law that makes it not a security, we would make a risk-based approach and list them on the platform. Mm-hmm. But those who are clearly security, we would not list them.
And I'm probably very naive, but do you guys have all your own liquidity? Are you guys tied in with other exchanges? How does all that work?
So we have our own liquidity pools, and this is also how we make a decision if to list a coin or not. So it must have enough liquidity in order to satisfy the demand, because the demand will be there once we list the coin. So liquidity or market cap is, first and foremost the criteria for us to determine if something goes on the platform. And we have a lot of liquidity providers that we're partnering with in order to make sure that we have enough liquidity to satisfy demand at each and every time.
Mm-hmm. So when someone's trading on your platform, they're literally Bitcoins changing hands either on your account or
yes,
somewhere.
These are real crypto assets changing hands. On the eToro platform, we are custodying the assets on behalf of our customers, but you can also transfer some of the coins to the eToro wallet, and it's an on-chain multi-sig wallet, and from there you can send receive to whoever you want.
And could someone go the other way, take their coins and bring them to eToro to sell them?
Not yet. We are working on it.
Okay. And that's all, I guess, to do with compliance type stuff?
Yeah, it's AML concerns, just to make sure that we have enough confidence in validating that the source of the receive transaction is up to the standards of what we're trying to do AML-wise.
Sure. And that must be real tricky. Is that something that you're very hands-on with, or not your department?
We are, we're implementing best practices around that. We're making sure that that whenever the regulator comes knocking, that we have good answers in terms of what, how we're doing things and how we do things. Mm-hmm. But yeah, definitely we're working towards that end.
Obviously, eToro's been around before cryptocurrency was around. So what
Correct.
was eToro's position back before cryptocurrency?
So we started in 2007, and we started with different asset classes. We had currencies, commodities, indices, ETFs, US stocks, and with the emergence of crypto, we've added crypto because we were, Yoni, our founder and CEO, was an avid believer in this from the very early days. We've been investing in this asset class out of the company's own balance sheet. Bitcoin was available for purchase on the platform since 2014. So we have been a very early adapter, meaning we had adoption not just in terms of the company, but also making it available for customers very early. And we were lucky to be in that space come late 2017, where people were coming to eToro in droves in order to buy Bitcoin, because we had a very simple and easy way to buy it. But they, as opposed to maybe other platforms, they stayed because we have other asset classes available on the platform outside of the US, that is.
Okay, so US always sees the crypto assets.
US is crypto first. We are going to add US stocks to the platform sometime next year. Mm-hmm. And so we're going to be a multi-asset platform in the US too. But we have other plans to tokenize essentially all the financial instruments that we have on the platform. So we've announced the launch of eToro X, which is a full-fledged crypto asset exchange. Early this year, we've announced that we've issued stable coins pegged to the US dollar, euro, other currencies, as well as gold and silver. So we have tokens pegged to the value of these assets, and we're planning to continue on doing that until we've tokenized all the financial assets, all the financial instruments that we have on the platform, and then making them available for trading in the form of a token rather than the underlying asset.
Mm-hmm. So they'll be available in a decentralized manner, or just through eToro?
It's through eToro, but you can transfer the coin to whomever you want. But we're the issuer, we're the market maker. The way that we're pegging this, the price is through market making. So that's how we make sure that one USDX, which is how we call the token pegged to the dollar, is always worth $1. That's how we do it.
And does issuing these type of assets, is that a little tricky AML compliance-wise, or not?
Actually not,
No.
because not the issuance part and not the market making part. There might be some issues when someone is sending USDX to someone else, and then we see it come back from an address that we're not familiar with, and then it's like any other crypto. We just need to make sure the transaction is legit.
Okay, but other third parties could trade it back and forth all day
Yeah,
long.
but then we don't have any liability.
What do you think are some of the attractive, I mean, you've already talked about one, your new feature, but what are some of the attractive qualities of eToro for someone who's not really familiar with the platform?
So first and foremost, we're social. We're a social investment platform. So that means that your experience of trading is not a lonely experience. So as soon as you join, you can see our feed. You can see people posting about what are they buying, what they're selling, why they do the things that they do, their thoughts, and you can like, comment, and share, or post your own thoughts and get people to engage with your content. So it's not a solemn experience, you versus the screen, deciding when to buy and sell. So that's one great thing. The second is that we have transparency. So as people posting about their thoughts, you can actually go to their account on eToro and see how well they're doing. Maybe they talk the talk, but not walking the walk. So now you can see if this person is actually making money. And outside of the US, we have CopyTrader that then allows you to take the next step and actually copy a person that is doing really well. And when you do that, every time they trade, you will trade same time, same price. So this is a completely different experience than the experience of, let's say, buying crypto by yourself, deciding when to buy and sell. It's very social, it's very open, it's very transparent, it's very engaging, and quite honestly, in many cases, it's just fun. It's more entertaining this way.
And how does that copying ability differ from that first feature you were describing, where you could basically follow the algorithm looking at social trends?
Right. So CopyTrader is when you copy a person. Copy Portfolio is when it's either an eToro homegrown strategy. So we have a lot of thematic investment strategies that we put out there that our own analysts built and put out there for our customers to copy. And the partner copy portfolio, what we've done today is partner with a company, a research firm or an asset manager, or whatever the case may be, where they want to get the distribution that we can allow them to get through the platform as opposed to market it themselves. So the difference is really CopyTrader is copying people, individuals, and CopyTrader, the partner program, is just with companies. That's really the difference.
Is there a big difference as far as compliance issues or anything?
Yes, but we are very mindful of it. We are we're a regulated financial services entity, so we want to make sure that we're doing the right thing every path that we're taking. In crypto, it's not, so as long as the underlying asset is not a security, I would say there's still kind of a lot of room, or a lot of, I would say, gaps in terms of regulatory clarity as to how these things are regulated.
Sure.
When it comes to portfolios that have securities in them, then things are much clearer, and it's much easier to be compliant with these programs that we have, both CopyTrader and Copy Portfolio. If you have securities in them, then it's much easier to understand how do we get to the point that we're fully compliant, and we're obviously pursuing that.
So how many employees does eToro have?
How many?
Employees.
Oh, we have more than 700 people
700?
worldwide.
And how many in the US?
We have 19 people in the U.S.
And are they kind of working remotely, or do you have offices? Or
Our U.S. headquarters is in Hoboken, New Jersey. Most of them are based in Hoboken, New Jersey. We have a couple that are remote.
Is that because the people are there, or is there something good about the jurisdiction there?
It's the closest that we can get to New York, sans bit license.
Oh, gotcha. Wow, that's crazy.
But we love New Jersey. Hoboken is a fantastic place. New Jersey is a great place to be, and we love it there.
That's really funny. Are there other like companies in the space that are setting up around the perimeter of New York like that?
That's a good question. I don't know, but I would venture to say yes.
Yeah.
But we make that decision, and it's proven to be a very good one.
That's just such a sad statement. We want to be there, but we can't. We're as close as we can.
Yeah.
All right. Have a good time here.
Bitcoin.
Thanks for listening to the Bitcoin Game. Hope you didn't mind a shorter episode than usual, but I thought it was a nice way to learn more about one of the big players in the industry. You can check out this episode's show notes page for relevant links and other information at thebitcoingame.com. You can find me on Twitter. I'm the b.tc game. See you next time.